Hi, I just thought I'd explain what I was on about. I'm not suicidal or anything, don't worry about that. Yeah, no, I see. It's got. I'm in competition with. Uh, I don't. This is the whole thing is a long shot, okay, and but I'm in competition with normal people, with priests and whatever. To be honest, and so I have to figure out what it is that's because for some reason they don't care. They don't seem to give a shit, and that's so if I can get somebody to care, or at least have the illusion of caring, if I can tell them how to do it, then it'll go a lot better. Um, but so I thought I'd try to get on you today. Yeah, and you actually sound like a tired old priest. That's spruiking God. And really, it sounds like you gave what sounded like a standard response. And I could almost hear them saying, in wherever it is they're learning to do this, yeah, in this situation, the standard response is this. And you say this. And I also noticed, you talk about in general terms. I noticed that the priest from the minister from Food Bank did the same thing. It was all waffly, general terms. And I used to sit there and I'd stand there 2 days before I was about to leave, actually. I said, what are you going to do with there's nobody here to work? And he said, yeah, that's a broad problem, isn't it? It's happening in society generally. And I was thinking, yeah, I'm out of here in 2 days. It'll be general, all right, and I was gone. Yeah, but it's just all this waffle general. And you even asked, why are you talking specifically? Because the correct answer, the approach, it's really, I don't know why nobody can do it. It's so simple. You just really, if you ever get anybody that's even starting to hint on it, you say something like, "Would you like to talk?" Just you want to chat about it. What's up? You want to chat. You want to talk about and you start asking a few probing questions, not too deep, but yeah, you don't tell them. No, don't do that because it's against God's will, unless you're trying to drive them over the edge. But no, I wouldn't do that. But yeah, no, it's just a standard thing. Yeah, there was actually a guy in Sydney. There's a place called the Gap, which is over the edge of a cliff in the eastern suburbs of Sydney. You jump into the center, and that was a favourite suicide spot. And this bloke happened to own a house opposite it. And he wasn't trained or anything. He saved that many people. He had to learn how to do it. Then you move your hands backwards or something, and you don't. And he said, yeah, no, it's just he'd just chat. He'd just go over and talk to them, bring them back. I thought, oh boy, it's not a joke. You've got a complete amateur that just did a brilliant job. He was called the Angel of the Gap. No training or anything else like that. I don't even know what his profession was, but he regularly saved people. Then he died, and it was sad. But yeah, no, he saved a lot of people apparently, and he's very, very good at it. And he got good at it over the years because there's so many bloody people jumping. Yeah, but telling people that they're sinning against God and that sort of thing, probably a good way to get them to commit suicide, because it's really coming across, particularly on type, that you don't give a shit. It's really, and I would say that's from church teaching, or someone along the line has mentioned it, and you just listen to it, it gets golful, but but I was just, and I mean, we're friends, but there's this sort of like a standard response there. It's like I'm going on to some sort of program. That's passed down through the priesthood, perhaps. I don't know, it's just crazy. It's that's what I noticed with the priest there. He's just he's like, I'm going to shoot myself. Yeah, well, we all kill ourselves at times, don't we? Yeah. Yeah. I was stunned. I'm stunned by everything. Actually, it's just. You talk about the devil. I hate to say it, but boy, oh boy, it seems like he's well and truly in there into your thoughts, because it's honestly and what seems to be, you seem to be saying the same thing over and over. These people have no education. They haven't got book learning, and what seems to be coming out of you is book learning. And what people need in that situation is very personal, and they need you to reach out to them. and make contact, you're just talking. And it's like you're putting a wall up between you. Yeah, so I don't know how I'm going to. I'm just curious as to what what is giving what, because I was stunned by the lack of empathy, the lack of interest, the lack of anything really, humanity. There was just nothing, and it was just I was just bowled over by it. I couldn't believe it. It was a shock. And I've noticed a lot of other, I've seen people being harassed by the police and that sort of thing, and bullied by them and beaten by them and whatever. And people are saying, "Is this Australia?" And really, we're just bowled over. We just can't believe, is this really Australia? Is this what it's become? And people are saying it all over the world. Yeah, so I don't know. It's I don't know how it's even possible. I think I can get these girls to understand this. Yeah, and whether I should, I just don't want it, because it's see, the other problem I've got, I don't know what Asians like, but she'll be talking to me and then she'll be talking to 6 other people, and that's what Raf does. She spreads herself around and you just lose interest. So if she does that, clients will leave. But I'm thinking I can cover that one by putting in, if you want my undivided time, you buy me a Coke and a hamburger or something, to play a game with you. Otherwise you have to share, which I think is fair enough. There's someone else on, but I don't know. I'm just thinking of a way of getting her to realise that, if she's going to have clients, she needs to be on them the whole time. But it's this caring thing that I think that's important, because the thing at the moment, the commodity that nobody cares, and really it's just, I was surprised by your answers. It really came across like you just didn't give a shit. Kill yourself off, you go right ahead. You've got my blessing. That's really how it came across. Like I couldn't, you were just saying I couldn't give a shit. But I'd say it's coming, because of all you're talking of God and all that sort of thing, I'd say it's coming straight from the priests. And it mustn't be a big problem there or something at this stage, because if they were really trying to save people, they wouldn't be saying that. I don't know. I honestly got bullied. I was suicidal and got bullied. Yeah, there. It was like they were trying to drive me over the edge. And they probably say, "Oh, no, we care." And you say, "Oh, no, I care." But it doesn't, there's nothing in it that even sounds like you remotely care. But I'd say, knowing you, you're just regurgitating what you've been taught. And it's sort of like empty. It's just like talking to a bloody cardboard box. But that was what I was trying to sort of drive at. It's going to be an asshole to do that, I suppose. And I don't even know if I want to. But I'm suspecting that, if you can get the illusion of care and the illusion of everything, but the illusion of caring, I think people will be interested. I even found myself thinking, I could probably write there, and if you buy me an extra Coke, I'll tell you I really mean it. I really like you. But and what I'm selling it, selling people caring. Actually, they have to pay for it. I think that's the only way. They do it in Japan, apparently. Yeah, the businessmen that can afford it, they pay people to be their friends. Yeah, and because the free version doesn't work. It's just like, it just doesn't work. I think it's got to be a job. You've got to be paid for it. If somebody said, Japanese businessman said, "Gee, I'm thinking about killing myself," and you said, "Oh, it's a sin against God," and then you shot yourself, well, the site loses the money, don't they? So they train you how to react appropriately. Yeah, that's sick world, eh? Yeah, no, we don't do anything for nothing anymore. It's not free. Yeah, the free stuff's no good, I guarantee you. Yeah. So anyway, that's the plan. Yeah. Um, yeah. I just don't know how. Uh, what's that? Oh, devil thought, trust me. Yeah, is a devil thought, trust me. Yeah. Yeah. No. It's when and you keep saying, oh, you're so lucky, Bob. And I mean, you really, I don't know. Like I I I find out about your life, okay, and I've um I've got an idea. You're living in there. God knows where you sleep. It's a one bedroom place. You've often got visitors there. It sounds like even no money and it's very tight. I wouldn't. The last thing I'd call you was lucky. Okay, I just wouldn't say it. I just I'd say nothing, and I wouldn't say you're lucky. I'm living in a caravan. You knew where I was living, and you knew I had a family, and yet you'll tell me I'm lucky. Oh, God, you're lucky, Bob. You've got everything. It's I don't know why you're saying it, but I mean no, it's no, I'm not lucky at all. People don't visit caravan parks. They don't want to be here. They don't want to come here to visit somebody. Yeah, so that's the luck of it all. I don't get to see my family. I've been cut off. Got an AVO against me. Nobody gives a shit. And you tell me how lucky I am. I've got it all. No, not a smart thing to say. I mean, just all it means is you're not connected somehow. You're not plugged in. Most people aren't. Just talking at people, not to people. The only time I've noticed you plugged in, I'm going to honestly, it's when I tell you got a hairy pussy. You're really, you bang on. It's a conversation links. Yeah, but most of the time it's just, for that this morning, it's just I don't know where it's at. It's probably as I said, a regurgitation of somebody else's conversation. But yeah, no, I think, I don't know, if you could sort of practice, find out a way to link with me, then I could tell the girls how to do it. But, because, I mean, they can't either. So, I mean, all they want to do is, show tits and pussy, and that, I mean, that's only once or twice or something you can't do it very often. Yeah, and if they want the client to keep coming back, they've got to be able to offer more than that. Conversation's the big thing. Yeah, so I don't know if you can, because you're not. I can tell you now. And if a person, see, you've got two things. Like if a person like me is sort of making it clear that I'm not a God person, okay, then there's no point in pursuing that because you're trying to do two things. You're trying to save their life and also introduce them to God. And if they're sort of saying, then I'd forget that. Just forget it. You have to write it off. And you stick with it, and because you can kill a person. Because you could be right there to help, and you're trying to push a point, and then you find out later, yep, yeah, they jumped, or they swallowed the box of tablets, or shot themselves, or something. Slash, you'll kill yourself. You won't kill yourself. You'll be just devastated. So yeah, I wouldn't, and don't. What happened to me was just before the doctor, buddy Rafani, Steph, she was sitting in a room one night. This is when I was about 2 weeks before it all happened. Okay, or something like that. And she was sitting there, and this boyfriend, she had this bloody bloke my age. Because I thought, fuck, what are you doing? And he's sitting we're on cam. He was on cam, she was on cam. And I'm sitting in Australia, she's in England. And she starts swallowing sleeping tablets, one after the next. It freaked me. I'm actually sitting there in front of her, and I'm saying, don't, what are you fucking doing? And it freaked me. And trust me, people will do it. And you won't know what to do. And I couldn't do it. I felt so powerless. And it was just awful. And this jerk was laughing. He's saying, "Oh, you stupid, Curious." And I have no idea whether they were joking or maybe she set me up. She could have done. It might have been his idea, just for a bit of a joke. And she just swallowed one after the next. And but then after that, they wouldn't give her sleeping tablets anymore. I think she had to go to the hospital and get pumped or something. I don't know. And this jerk, he's laughing. Oh, you're sick. Anyway, it's just, yeah, so, and that really, but you got no idea how much that knocked me. And just so powerless. You can't do a damn thing. Person, you're watching them kill themselves. Oh, I thought she would have. I thought she was going for it. She probably was. Yeah, she had about 12 sleeping tablets. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. And then, yeah, so that was after that. Then I went to the doctor, and it was honestly like I'd entered hell, and it still feels like I'm in hell. It feels like, I know, because I'm just watching this guy laugh at a young kid committing suicide on cam, and you know, what the fuck, are they setting me up? And then she said, no, I had to go to hospital. They won't give them to me anymore. So it must have been real, and it made me. I thought, why is he laughing? What a horrible thing. And it was just, and that's pretty much, well, apart from everything, I just knew it was all over with my family, but it was just, and it's just gotten worse ever since. It is like, to me, it's like, and I'm hearing all of these, yeah, you're agreeing with it, I just don't believe in torture. No, sorry. Yeah, there's all these torture stories, and I just don't want to know. You know what I mean? It's just too sick for me. I don't know where it's coming from, or why it's here, or just don't want to know it. Yeah, so, yeah, when you sit there and say, oh no, it's sin against God, it's like, it's really like, you just don't give a shit. And none of them sounded like they cared either when it was all happening. This bloke, as I said, that one bloke was laughing, and the doctor, when I went to see the doctor, he said, have you ever considered harming yourself? He sat back in his chair, he's American. Have you ever considered harming yourself, Robert? I said, yeah, as a matter of fact, I have. Okay. There you go. Oh, no, great. Fuck me. And then the next thing, I don't know what happened after I got the results back on my webpage, and they said it was a load of shit. Oh, fuck. You know, I've got a webpage to redo, plus, you know, now Sue wants me to move out. No money, no plans, not talking about anything, just, I thought, this is hell. Absolute hell. Yeah, so, and I said to her, I wrote to her over and over, said, if you want to kill me, just go and see Jim, he'll give you a fucking prescription. Yeah, and I wrote, just do it, another email, go and talk to him. They were threatening and harassing emails. Yeah. And then I explained, this is on my AVO, I've still got copies of them here, threatening and harassing emails. I'm in the same house as her, in another room. I've got the door closed. I'm emailing to her. And that's threatening and harassing. You know, normally if you're threatening and harassing, you get up and walk out and, you know, pop around. No, emails. I was just devastated, destroyed. Absolutely, after years of abuse from her and Sue, I was totally destroyed. I had Stephanie, you know, swallowing, and the doctor said, here you go, have them. And I just came to the end. Absolutely came to the end. You know? And so then they turn up at my place, and I explain everything, and I explain how violent Sue is and everything else like that. And in the AVO, this man has a real problem. I was explaining my wife's temper tantrums. Oh, no, needs serious help. I thought, oh, you're fucking kidding, aren't you? Absolutely got to be kidding me. And so then, yeah, the priest you talk about, yeah, I went to see, well, I ran into one and explained the situation. He said, I'll have a talk to her. So Sue went and visited him, told him God knows what story. So I went to the Mass on a Saturday night, turns his back on me. It's like the devil. Honestly, I couldn't believe it. It was just turned his back on me. Oh, what the fuck did they say? So then I turn up at the food bank, and Smiley is there, and he goes, I explained the whole situation. He said, it happens all the time, doesn't it? Oh, you're fucking kidding, aren't you? This is too much. So this is why, so one thing led to another. I thought, oh no, this is crazy, but I'm going to try and help a few people here. I'm surprised because suicide rates going through the roof. Older guys, older men. Yeah, I treated like absolute shit here. Terrible, absolute shit. It's just you got no idea. I'm lucky. I wouldn't say anything about my family because they'd probably arrest me for anything. They make it up. God knows. Yeah, but anyway, and it's supposed to be a friendly, happy country. Yeah. Jesus, they've got it wrong. It's got money. That's what it's got. Yeah, that's it. Nothing else. Yeah. So anyway, so what I'm thinking is, well, that's how I was treated. I'm just one person. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one. And all these torture stories I'm hearing, what they've done to people, I reckon they've done it to a lot of people. So I think they've actually it's not a good place. I don't think anything in the world is good at the moment. America certainly isn't. England isn't. You say Romania isn't, so that's most. It's a fair few countries there, isn't it? Yeah, but that's so. I'll create the illusion of a good place. But to do that, can't have the girls saying what you say because they'll be killing their clients. Yeah, and it's a perfect opportunity. Do you want to have a chat? Do you want to talk about it? And that could have brought it out, but I mean, it was just, no, that's a sin against God. No, I don't like you anymore. No, you're upsetting Goddie. Yeah, no, God doesn't want that. No, you're a bad boy, Bob. And that's how it comes across. Sorry. It's just, no, that's like your quality assurance. No, it's not good enough. No, you can't behave like that, Bob. No, you'll be letting the devil into your soul. Yeah, that's fine, well and good, boom. And there'll be no afterlife and everything else like that. Yeah, it's actually having no effect on me. Because you've got to believe that in the first place, and I don't, so it's pointless. You know what I mean? It's just old-fashioned rubbish, to be honest. And it doesn't work. And it didn't even. If I'd been anywhere near suicidal, it would have done nothing. Yeah. So. Yeah. So if you can figure out, just nice. Look, I used to have a ball of this when I was living with Sir. I was with my family, about that big, and I'd sit here, and they'd be all squashed. I'd have it like this. I was so tense, and that'd be, and all I've done here, I would be all scraggly. That's how I was. That's how bad I was. You notice how round that was? It's just, I think that's perfect. It's called blue tack. You stick it on the wall. And, but yeah, no, I used to, that's how I looked. Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, but see, I've just been sitting here and just been getting a perfect ball. Although it's got a big crack in it now. Oh, yeah. But yeah, that's what I do. I sit there, that size, and so tense. As she was so tense. And that was the thing, just totally tense. Just, and really just, I'd say she's gone mad. It's funny because there was a woman up in the van opposite a little while ago, and she's argumentative like Sue was. She argues with the guy. The guy's since gone. But I saw her one afternoon, and she spotted me, and her eyes sort of caught me. They looked like they're smiling. But it was sort of like, I thought, oh, yeah, she's mad. Yeah, she just wanted to fight. She wanted to, it's like, oh, you look interesting. Come on over here and let me rip into you. Just fuck off. No way. Yeah. But yeah, that's actually mad. It's just blazing eyes. It's just, oh. Yeah, but I could hear them all the time, and they're just in. And that's what we were doing. And it was just fighting. I hate it. And you say it's love making. No, it's not. It's just, you can see it in her. It's just insanity. I don't know where it comes from, but I'd say she's an alcoholic. Mary used to drink little glasses of Scotch whiskey, little liqueur glasses, those little about that big, and she'd have one. It'd be just sitting there, and you wouldn't see her drink it. It'd just gone, and then she'd snap out of the blue. Yeah, because she was drunk, and it's not like you could say, oh, she's on the piss, stay away from her. And she'd do it day and night, 9 o'clock in the morning, and Sue was like that. So I'd say Mary was doing it when she had Sue. Okay, and so Sue actually became an alcoholic, because the mother was there, and and Sue would just copy her eruptions, and it was just out of the blue. And I used to think, oh God, it's just like living with a drunk. But Sue didn't drink, and I could never understand it. But yeah, that's what I'd say it was. That's what I tried to explain to the priest that I went to see, and I said, no, I think that's what it is. I'm quite happy to go to AA, with her, but I think that's the problem. Yeah, and then whatever she said, he turned his back on me. Yeah, so I don't know. That's just what I thought it was. Alcoholism. Yeah, and she's dry. Yeah, adult child of an alcoholic, but her mother was all over her. So it really indelibly pressed, that image of alcoholism into her. Yeah, but anyway, that's all by the by. Yeah, but that's what I was on about there. I was just trying to find out. Yeah, your response was no different from the priest's response. It was just really not interested, and you mirrored it. And I thought, gee, this is a problem, and I'm your friend. Yeah, and my history could suggest I'd be a candidate still. And you're just sort of lecturing, like, no, that's against God's will. Don't talk to me anymore if you kill yourself, Bob, because that's against God's will. And it's just talking. It's lecturing. Yeah, it'd be like handed down from one priest to the other. Disinterested priest, old priest, and well, this is how we respond to that. Blah 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 blah. And the priest, the younger priest, has picked up the tiredness and the disinterest as well, because he's not interested. And then you've picked up disinterested. Yeah, that's how it came across. Yeah, he just didn't give a shit. And I don't think it had anything to do with you. I just think it had to do with your memorised learning, something, I don't know. But it's for me, I need to figure out whether I'll be able to use it. Well, another matter, but I needed to figure out what causes it. Why this lack of interest? Why the no empathy? Yeah, I'd say book learning will be a big part of it. And I'm, I don't know how many times the minister at food banks said, it's in this passage or it's in that, and I thought, gee whiz. And they're just that, it's just no oomph at all. And I sort of listened to it and I thought, yeah, you've just learned it all like a parrot. And it's just meaningless, yeah. In fact, it was annoying. The bloke shouldn't be anywhere to do with care, if you ask me. He just doesn't seem like he cares. And I wouldn't do the job either. But it does require somebody who cares. Anyway, that'll do. Yeah, I've got to clean up. I've got to get heaps to bye.